Welcome to A Mason's Work, the podcast where we review Masonic symbols and illustrate how they can be used to solve problems in everyday life. With your host, Brian Mattox, a proud member of the Craftsman Online Media Network.
Good men come from all walks of life. They are differently abled and differently skilled. Because of this, I think that we are unnecessarily preventing good men from gaining an acquisition of the Masonic sort of knowledge and some basic interpretations of the Masonic symbolism. One of the reasons I created the A Mason's Work, the website and the podcast, is to help provide some low-level kind of first-tier observations about the way the Masonic tools work and how they can be used. There is some peril to this, and folks that are more advanced in their self-study of the craft, and a lot of older Masons will protest an approach like this because they believe that the acquisition of this knowledge is the work. I don't agree with that sentiment. I believe that the acquisition of this knowledge then enables the work, which is the Sangha style experience you would expect when you work with people that are knowledgeable. So by creating brothers that have a fundamental understanding of how these tools are made and how they work and what they do for you as an individual, you then have the benefit of being able to take those tools and use them in a conversation to help a brother out. And until I can get folks, some of the new Masons in my lodge, or some of the Masons all over, the listening area, wherever the podcast is available, until I can help some people get more of these interpretations, these basic interpretations, then we can't have the important conversations that matter about, what's going on in the world and what's going on in mine, and how some of these tools could be really beneficial to help each other out. So I also understand that there's a risk as well when you start putting out content like this, that it becomes a dogma or that it becomes a liability. And so if I don't caveat it enough, I will start right here and say every one of these things that I speak in this podcast are all my interpretations, unless a guest comes on and gives their interpretation. And as such, there is no universally accepted understanding of any of this stuff. Again, I view that as part of the problem, but and I'm sort of want to also make sure that I let everyone know that I'm open to additional interpretations above and beyond my own. I am by no means any different than anyone here trying to figure it out. So I don't have a PhD in Masonic symbolism. I have not done the advanced decades of study that some of our brothers have to go find out the origin of a lot of this stuff. What I have done is sat, in reflection for a lot of hours, trying to figure out, what would this tool do? How would I use it to solve my day-to-day problems? And what does that look like? So as you go through this, these episodes of the podcast, please do so with an open mind, do so with an open heart. That's the spirit in which they're created. And understand that I am trying to help folks shortcut a little bit of the journey to figure this stuff out for the stuff that's relatively benign. More esoteric interpretations, deeper interpretations, higher levels of understanding that you may have gotten to through your study of the Masonic symbolism may easily and readily exceed my understanding here. So that's that. Thanks.
The views represented in this podcast are those of the speaker alone and are not representative of any grand or subordinate lodge.
Hi, Brian here. I wanted to thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you have any suggestions or guidance for further episodes you'd like to see or hear, whatever the case may be, please don't hesitate to reach out to me at masonswork.com, and we will try and incorporate your suggestions into a future recording. Thanks.
Freemasonry teaches us that the true work is within, a lifelong journey of reflection, discipline, and discovery. At A Mason's Work, we help Masons bring out their best selves through meaningful self-inquiry and symbolic practice. From personal reflection to lodge engagement, we offer tools that turn symbols into action. Visit us at amasonswork.com. The work is within. The time is now.